That's as big as they get.
Fields torn apart, crops devastated, overnight livestock pens destroyed, all traced back to one culprit: wild boars. They're not just showing up more often, they're getting bolder and more aggressive. Agricultural damage has reached critical levels. Before the next planting season begins, the most experienced hunters are stepping in. In today's video, we'll take you through heart-pounding chases and daring ambushes, moments that will leave you speechless. Drop a comment with the number 1 to dive into this hunt with us. The first hunt comes from Ryan, a seasoned hunter living in the Anatolian mountains of Turkey. During a hunt, an unexpected encounter turned dangerous while tracking a large wild boar suddenly charged from the brush, attacking Ryan head-on. Danger unfolded in an instant, but with nerves of steel, Ryan spun, aimed, and took down the beast just before it reached him. Regaining his composure, he spotted another boar nearby, startled by the gunshot and trying to flee. But Ryan was faster, tracking it down, firing, and dropping the second target moments later. Next up is Ken, a passionate hunter living in the mountains near Lake Denny. After days of scouting the area, he spotted a herd of wild boars moving through the forest, the very ones that had ravaged the cornfields at the mountain's base. But it wasn't straightforward. Wild boars are cunning and agile, constantly dodging and changing direction, making a clear shot tougher than ever. As the herd came into range, Ken fired. One by one, the boars fell while the others scattered in panic, but none escaped his precise aim. Next is Mark, a professional hunter who captured a memorable moment when he spotted a group of wild boars ravaging a field. Without hesitation, he grabbed his rifle and sprang into action. The steep terrain made approaching difficult, but Mark used the hilltops as natural ambush points. With a clear line of sight, he closed in and took down each boar with professional precision. While other hunters tackled rugged, hilly terrain, Logan had a unique experience in the northern mountains of Turkey. He moved steadily, each step deliberate and silent. Spotting a herd of boars foraging along a slope, he patiently waited. Then, without hesitation, he pulled the trigger. The sudden attack caught the boars completely off guard. As the first one fell, a series of precise, cold-blooded shots followed, each one strikingly effective. To continue today's journey, we have Neil's story. He also had a memorable hunt during a harsh winter. While crossing a quiet, snow-covered ridge, he suddenly spotted a wild boar struggling through deep snow to find shelter. With his target in sight, Neil calmly took position, observed carefully, and with one precise shot, the beast fell, ending its rampage in the area. The farm belonging to my grandparents has suffered relentless damage from wild boars, with crops taking a heavy hit. Now that they're older and can't protect the land like they used to, it's more vulnerable than ever. So my cousin Magnus and I decided to head out on a hunt to safeguard our beloved family farm. We started moving into the swampy area next to the farm around 4 p.m. just as the wild boars began foraging. The bait we'd spread earlier worked quickly, drawing in a boar. I climbed onto a high tree branch hiding behind thick foliage. From this spot, I had a perfect shot. Slowly, I raised my rifle and aimed at the target. Bang, a hit. I exhaled, heart still pounding with excitement. One precise, quick shot dropped the boar instantly. After the first success, I moved to a new ambush point. We stuck with the same strategy, setting out bait to attract the wild boars. After about 20 minutes of waiting, a herd appeared. They weren't too large, but came in numbers. I adjusted my scope, targeting one on the edge of the group. Once certain the target was in range, the shot echoed through the swamp. Another precise hit. One more victory in our mission to track down these wild intruders. My cousin Magnus wasn't far off. He just spotted a new target and was preparing to shoot. The beast kept moving, so Magnus had to patiently wait for the perfect moment. When it stepped into a vulnerable position, a single round from his air rifle hit its mark, dropping the boar instantly. In less than 5 seconds, the animal was down before it could even squeal. Unlike previous hunts for these 2 afternoons, we chose to ambush from treetops. The height offered better visibility, made us harder to spot, and was safer, but it came with risks. One wrong step could lead to a fall, so every move had to be cautious. When a wild boar appeared, my heart started racing. I locked onto the target and pulled the trigger. A hit. I couldn't hide my joy as the boar dropped instantly. That feeling made every effort worthwhile. Wild boars are naturally cautious, but the irresistible scent of bait drew them in, unaware they were being watched. Seizing the moment, Magnus raised his rifle and took aim. With the target dead center in his scope, the shot rang out. Not too loud, but deadly. 2 boars dropped on the spot. Perfect, powerful shots, a performance any hunter would admire. Our previous position was compromised, so I quickly relocated to a new ambush point. Before I could fully settle, a herd of wild boars appeared. Their big mistake, our golden opportunity. I swiftly aimed, locked onto the target, and pulled the trigger. A sharp gunshot echoed. One clean shot, decisively ending the boar's life. Satisfaction surged through me, a well-earned reward for focus and patience. Harvest season is approaching. Locals are worried because every year around this time, wild boars descend from the forest and devastate fields in just a few nights. So we decided to organize a hunt. Some prepared hunting dogs, others brought their packs. Everyone understood if we don't act soon, when the boars come, we'll be left watching our crops get destroyed.
Bravo.
We gathered at the forest's edge. As soon as they were released, the hunting dogs bolted eagerly, tracking the scent. They seemed even more impatient than we were. When their barks echoed, we knew the prey was cornered. Riley was assigned to hold position on a small slope where a herd of wild boars had been spotted. The dogs began driving the prey up from the base. As the barking grew louder, a piercing gunshot rang out, hitting a boar. It still thrashed, refusing to yield. That stubbornness only earned it 2 more shots before it finally lay still on the hillside. The team spread out to widen the search area. I moved forward slowly, staying highly focused. Suddenly, a wild boar appeared right in front of me, just 3 meters away. Before it could react, it dropped from a precise shot. I hoped the next encounters would go as smoothly. The sound of barking dogs echoed from deep in the forest. Without hesitation, I raised my rifle and pulled the trigger decisively. The gunshot briefly drowned out the barking, and the boar fell right in its hiding spot. After hours of hunting, the dogs kept working tirelessly with unrelenting zeal. Thanks to their efforts, we quickly spotted another target and took it down with clean, efficient shots. Each accurate shot brought a sense of relief, as every boar felled meant one less threat to the upcoming harvest. As the forest finally fell silent, we used GPS to locate the dogs. They were gathered at a spot far down the slope. As soon as we arrived, a dark figure suddenly appeared in our sights. Instantly, a sharp gunshot rang out. The boar dropped on the spot. That golden moment lasted mere seconds. That's why when you sense prey nearby, never take your finger off the trigger. Have you ever hunted wild boar with a rifle? If yes, leave a comment with the number 2. If not, leave a 5. As I continued scanning the area, I stumbled upon a small stream, a perfect feeding spot for wild boars. Let's see if we find anything here, I muttered, gripping my rifle tightly. Sure enough, minutes later, the dog's barks rang out like an alarm. A massive black boar charged forward. I was ready. Without hesitation, I raised my rifle and pulled the trigger. The gunshot echoed through the forest walls, ending a dramatic and intense confrontation. Wild boars are formidable creatures of nature, fierce, resilient, and remarkably adapted to harsh environments. An adult can weigh between 100 and 150 kilo, with some males exceeding 200 kilo. Armed with razor-sharp tusks, deadly weapons when they counterattack, each hunt becomes a high-stakes challenge. Today I'm heading out again, ready to face them in the rugged mountain forests. Mount Benica, about 8 kilometers from Enoch's house, was chosen as the first ideal hunting spot. Upon arriving, everyone quickly took their assigned positions. I carefully checked all my gear and patiently waited for the prey to appear. There it is! Shouts rang out from different points. Seeing the boar charge toward me, I swiftly raised my rifle, aimed, and pulled the trigger. It wasn't large, but it was incredibly fast. I fired several shots, 4 missed. Just as it was about to disappear into the brush, my final shot hit its mark, dropping it. The hunt had just begun, but the air was already tense. It seems today will be a real challenge for the whole team.
Çok güzel. Şöyle gel Selam, şuradan şöyle bir al.
The sun grew harsher. To conserve energy in the scorching heat, we decided to bring the hunting dogs and continue the search. Exactly 15 minutes later, the dogs started barking, a promising sign that prey was near. We scanned the surroundings with absolute focus. As expected, a boar suddenly charged out. I didn't hesitate, firing a rapid burst of shots. The bullets hit their mark. Badly wounded, the boar collapsed shortly after.
Yavaş, yavaş. Ben gelmeyeyim la. Gelin mi?
Following a narrow trail up the mountain, we suddenly heard strange noises from the nearby bushes. I immediately signaled the team to stop and carefully raised my rifle. "Shoot now," someone else shouted. With one clean shot, the bullet hit its mark and the boar dropped instantly. I never thought I could pull off such a perfect shot. To avoid alerting the wild boars, we had to stay downwind. But the scorching heat of the mountain forest left everyone drenched in sweat, making the hunt more intense and exhausting than ever. "There's one," Enoch shouted after spotting a boar. He quickly moved to intercept it on the trail. Tension mounted with every second. When the gunshot rang out, the boar staggered instantly. That shot was fatal. It couldn't run far. While tracking a lone boar, I suddenly heard the dogs barking louder. Instinctively, I raised my rifle and boom! The boar charged out, catching me off guard. Luckily, quick reflexes allowed me to take it down cleanly. Now it lay motionless on the ground. The thrilling chase had finally ended. As soon as I spotted the prey, I didn't hesitate and fired immediately. Everything went smoothly. Afterward, we collected some valuable trophies from today's hunt. After a long and exhausting morning, the team achieved solid results. But with a dense population of wild boars in this area, it's clear we'll be back soon to continue the cleanup hunt. It's day 3 of our week-long hunt. We've tracked wild boars from the western hills across 2 creeks and slept under a large elm last night. A big old boar showed up on the trail camera last night, weighing about 260 pounds with tusks curved like hooks. This morning, the wind is in our favor. The hunt is on again. We headed straight to the area with heavy boar tracks from the day before. From my vantage point, I raised my rifle, peered through the scope, and saw it. The bullet hit its mark, dropping the boar instantly. Hank let out a short whistle. I knew right away more were nearby. A smaller boar appeared. Without hesitation, my finger tightened on the trigger. On the trail, Hank had pinpointed the boar's direction. I moved to block them at the path's edge while Hank and Dawson flanked from both sides, a classic pincer tactic. A gunshot rang out. I dropped the first target. With a tight formation and perfect coordination, we had full control of the hunt. More boars fell one by one. Mid-morning, we ventured deeper into the forest, searching for bigger boars. Dawson suddenly halted ahead. We all heard a distinct rustling in the dry leaves. No time to waste. Dawson raised his rifle and dropped the boar with one shot. Before we could catch our breath, another rustling came, this time from the right. A herd of wild boars burst from the underbrush, an incredible wild spectacle. Gunshots rang out continuously, the sound of Hank racking his rifle echoing non-stop. These were undoubtedly the most intense and thrilling moments of the day. During a brief break, we regrouped, refined our ambush strategy, and moved southeast through the forest. Sure enough, another herd appeared. My instincts kicked in. I loaded and fired without mercy. Amid the gunshots, another boar fell. Near the end of the day, exhausted and planning to stay just a bit longer in case a stray boar passed by a new herd suddenly charged in. Hank laughed. Looks like no one told the boars hunting season started. The moment I spotted them, my fatigue vanished. I raised my rifle, aimed, and dropped one instantly. As the third day ended, we were all exhausted, sweaty, and covered in dirt, but our eyes still sparkled. It was a tough day full of surprises and completely worth it. On the way back to camp, the forest echoed with laughter, cigarette smoke, and stories of precise shots. Tomorrow we'll continue the hunt because out there the wild boars aren't gone yet. Thanks for watching this video to the end. Please support us with a like and follow. Goodbye and see you in the next videos. Hello. Are you ready to explore the wilds of Wyoming? Gunshots echo through dense forests as hunters track a massive invasive species encroaching on residential areas. How did they breach urban boundaries? Can the hunters protect their homes while respecting the natural ecosystem? Comment number 1 and watch the video to uncover the surprising developments surrounding this invasive species in Wyoming. Bears, despite their massive size, can climb through second-story windows to enter homes. In Wyoming, long a stronghold of black bears, the sudden arrival of brown bears has turned everything upside down. With their climbing prowess, they've broken into over 120 homes through windows in 2024, causing tens of millions in damages. Grocery stores have been forced to close, and residents in several towns are in a state of panic. The appearance of these bears in Wyoming isn't due to natural habitat destruction, but rather the result of human impact. Illegal wildlife trade and the relocation of bears from other regions have inadvertently turned Wyoming into their new territory. In emergencies, contacting wildlife management authorities immediately is the best way to ensure safety. One of the first breakthroughs in addressing Wyoming's bear challenge came from studying their behavior. In 2019, Wyoming launched a tightly regulated bear hunt to more effectively manage this invasive species. With a strict quota of 200 bears out of an estimated population of 3,500, the government ensured the hunt would not harm the growing bear population. Nearly 4,000 permits were issued, reflecting strong hunter interest in participating in the bear management effort. Wyoming's bear population has surged from about 400 individuals in the 1980s to over 4,500 by 2023.
This way. Got him. That's a giant bird. Oh my gosh. On a bucket list animal. Good hair.
An alarming figure given their reproductive rate. Female bears produce 1 to 3 cubs per litter with a reproductive cycle lasting about 20 months, leading to rapid population growth, especially in western and northern Wyoming. These bears often travel along forest corridors and river valleys in search of food, venturing deep into suburban areas and posing a direct threat to residents. Tracking bears requires a strategic approach combining keen observation with deep knowledge of their behavior. Hunters with at least 6 years of field experience in Wyoming are highly skilled at identifying key signs like scat, which varies with diet and season. In fall, sweet-smelling scat indicates bears are eating berries to store energy for hibernation. Fresh paw prints with wide pads and long claw marks provide clues about a bear's size and movement patterns. These observations often reveal travel routes or resting spots, as bears tend to follow dense forested valleys or water sources in search of food and shelter. Wyoming's regulations strictly limit bear hunting to designated areas like the Bridger-Teton and Shoshone National Forests, with hunters required to adhere to permit boundaries. Identifying damaged trees, overturned rocks, and characteristic scat patterns helps hunters locate bear hideouts and understand their movement within territories. Reflecting on past hunts, Wyoming hunters now prioritize firearms training and maintaining a safe distance of 100 to 200 yards when confronting bears. Do you think this approach is effective? If yes, leave comment number 2. If not, leave comment number 5. Maintaining this distance allows hunters to stay in control and avoid startling bears, reducing the risk of confrontation. In past hunts, some unprepared hunters faced dangerous moments, but fortunately, no hunters were injured. Silence is key. If a bear charges unexpectedly, experts advise hunters to stand their ground, avoid eye contact, make themselves appear larger, and speak firmly. Never run from a bear, as they can reach speeds up to 35 miles per hour. To address these conditions, Wyoming implemented a bear baiting strategy starting in 2019 to control the population of this invasive species. Statistics show this method increased hunting success rates to 70%. In western Wyoming, where bears cause significant economic damage, incidents have notably decreased thanks to this strategy. Baits placed on elevated mounds and combined with scents like honey-dried fruit and salted meat create a strong attraction for bears. This method not only keeps bears in the baited area, but also gives hunters ample time to prepare for an accurate shot. Remarkably, bears leaving the bait site carry the scent, attracting others back and creating an effective cyclical effect. Only hunters aged 18 and older are permitted to participate in the hunt. Thanks to this strategy, the number of problematic bears has decreased by over 1,000 in the first 4 years of implementation. With everything set and the hunting ground centered in Wyoming's Bridger-Teton National Forest, the dense woods come alive with subtle signs of movement. This area was legalized for bear hunting in 2019. An average bear weighs between 350 and 500 pounds, demanding precision and respect. Perched high on a tree stand, the hunter draws the bow, watching intently as a massive figure weaves through the underbrush. Its thick body and broad shoulders move with both power and caution, a reminder of its dominance in this wild landscape. As the distance closes, the hunter feels the weight of the moment, months of preparation distilled into a single shot.
Dude, that's 4 big bears in a row.
Bait preparation is critical when bow hunting bears because it consistently draws them to the same location, saving hunters hours of tracking. Bears are attracted by scent, focusing them on foraging. However, hunters must stay vigilant as bears are known to climb trees for safety or food. This behavior requires hunters to set up tree stands at least 200 yards from the bait to avoid detection due to bears' keen sense of smell. But why do hunters sometimes encounter brown bears in Wyoming despite the focus on black bears? The answer lies in misidentification. Black bears in Wyoming vary in color from jet black to light brown, often leading hunters to mistake them for other species.
Take them out. Don't move, don't move, don't move.
Shifting from the precision of bow hunting to the raw power of firearms, bear hunting in western Wyoming brings a new level of intensity. Legal hunts in the region are tightly regulated to protect the local ecosystem. Hunters may only target mature bears identified by size and solitary behavior and must avoid pregnant or nursing females. Wyoming's temperate climate with cool summers and frigid winters adds another layer of challenge to tracking this invasive species. Each hunt tells a story not just of skill but of responsibility and respect for nature.
Yeah, that's as big as they get.
Look at the size of this animal. I mean, I'm just dumbfounded.
In Wyoming, bear hunting season runs from early September to late October, challenging hunters to navigate forests and valleys with patience and precision. Equipped with specialized waterproof gear, hunters stay dry and protected, ensuring they can traverse rugged terrain safely. After the hunt, the work continues. Hunters are responsible for harvesting all usable parts of their quarry. This commitment reflects a deeper purpose of preserving Wyoming's fragile ecosystem while respecting the lives taken. Please support our channel with a like and subscribe. Farewell and see you in the next video. Welcome to the thrilling hunting challenge. Take down 50 male turkeys in just 10 minutes. How can hunters achieve this goal in such a short time? Witness their incredible skill, strategy, and focus as every second is filled with tension. As the turkey hunt intensifies, we can't overlook the rapid rise of this species. Drop comment number 1 to dive into learning about these turkeys. The rapid reproduction of wild turkeys, an invasive species, has become a serious threat to the environment and humans, especially in urban areas. Unlike farm-raised turkeys, wild turkeys are aggressive when threatened and are ready to attack residents, causing numerous dangerous incidents. In Sacramento, California in 2024, over 150 turkey-related attacks were recorded, raising concerns about public safety. These attacks not only caused panic but also disrupted daily life-damaged property and impacted the urban ecosystem. To manage the situation, authorities implemented measures such as controlled hunting and relocating turkey flocks from residential areas to reduce risks and protect ecological balance. Before starting a turkey hunt, preparing with a bow and arrow is a crucial step requiring meticulous attention and exceptional skill. Hunting turkeys with a bow demands far greater precision than using a firearm, as the arrow must be shot accurately to penetrate the thick feathers and ensure a humane kill, minimizing the animal's suffering. Hunters need to regularly practice at the range to improve their skills and become familiar with the appropriate bows, strings, and arrows. According to the North American Archery Association, only about 6% of hunters choose bows and arrows for turkey hunting, but their success rate can be over 50% higher than those using firearms thanks to their focus and masterful technique. Turkey hunting is not a free-for-all activity, but is strictly regulated by government policies to ensure sustainability and protect ecosystems. All hunters must have a valid license, which helps maintain stable wildlife populations and prevent overexploitation. According to the U.S. Wildlife Management Agency, over 2.8 million turkey hunting licenses are issued annually, generating approximately $900 million in revenue from licenses and related taxes. Additionally, regulations ensure fairness among hunters, prevent illegal hunting, and protect other species within the ecosystem. For turkeys, sometimes considered invasive in certain areas, controlled hunting helps reduce their negative impact on vegetation and native species while maintaining ecological balance. You're lucky to not miss the challenge of hunting 50 male turkeys in 10 minutes. Hunters need certifications from specialized safety and skill courses. According to the U.S. Wildlife Management Agency, over 350,000 hunters take these courses annually, reducing accidents and ensuring legality. Do you agree with hunting turkeys using firearms? If yes, leave comment number 2. If not, leave free 5. When hunting with a firearm, hunters must be meticulous in choosing their position and aiming. Male turkeys are highly alert, requiring a cautious approach. According to the National Hunting Association of the USA, the success rate for long-range shots is only about 25%, but it can reach up to 65% if the hunter gets closer. The ideal shooting distance for firearms is 25 to 45 yards. To attract turkeys, hunters often use decoys made of plastic or rubber to lure them closer without raising suspicion. To succeed in turkey hunting, posture and clothing are just as crucial as shooting skills. Hunters must remain completely silent, moving slowly and carefully to avoid startling their prey. Clothing is typically chosen with patterns mimicking leaves, dry grass, or tree bark, combined with earthy colors to conceal their presence. Some hunters also use camouflage netting or sit in hunting blinds to enhance their stealth.
Nice shot. Dropped, boys. There he is.
However, turkey hunting is also controversial. Opponents argue that excessive hunting can deplete turkey populations, affecting ecological balance and biodiversity. Conversely, hunters defend their stance, emphasizing that tightly regulated hunting through licenses helps control populations and prevents overexploitation. The lessons from managing turkey populations and hunting activities highlight the importance of maintaining a balanced and sustainable ecosystem. Strictly regulated hunting not only prevents turkey overpopulation, but also protects habitats for other wildlife. When turkey populations grow excessively, they can damage vegetation, deplete food sources, and impact other species dependent on the same environment.
Oh my gosh.
Revenue from hunting licenses is often used to fund conservation projects such as forest restoration, habitat improvement, and biodiversity protection. As a result, hunting is not only a cultural or recreational activity, but also serves as a vital tool in maintaining ecological balance, ensuring ecosystems thrive sustainably for future generations. Clear weeds and brush around your living area to eliminate turkey hiding spots and keep the environment clean. If you have other solutions, please comment below. Ultimately, hunting 50 male turkeys in 10 minutes showcases the hunter's exceptional skills. I'd love to hear your thoughts on turkey management solutions. Thank you for watching the video to the end. Please support our channel with a like and subscribe.